It's You can see here, this is what the ship looks like. It's like, it's going to be a series of like a Warframe that you can start off with. I don't remember exactly which Warframes you're going to be starting off with, but I think there's 3 different Warframes that I think one's definitely Excalibur, I think one's Mag, and I think one's Volt. Now, that was what used to be, so it doesn't matter which one you pick, really. Excalibur is going to be your all-arounder. Mag's going to be kind of like your spellcaster, but she's a little bit squishy, but she's pretty powerful. She's got some stuff. And then Bolt, he's like the speed frame and everything. Runs fast, has a shield that can block damage. Not a full body shield, but just a shield in front of him. And when you shoot through it, it amplifies damage. He's an electric frame. This is what the ship looks like. Now, your ship won't look like this. I have a bunch of decals and decorations and statues and everything that I've gotten over the years all over the place. The hearts came from Valentine's Day stuff. I went crazy and bought like 100 of them, threw them all around the ship. And then statues I've gotten from sorties. These I got with platinum, the little gem things. But yeah, you can decorate and color your ship. You can edit your ship. Oh yeah, by the way, that text stuff that's going on right now is that's region chat. It gets pretty lit in there. And then recruiting chat is where you go to recruit people. Trading, you can trade items with other players through trade chat and everything like that. And then of course I got my clan tab because I run a clan, but we're going to keep it on clan tab for now to get rid of all that yammer stuff going on the bottom left there. But you can edit your ship any way you want. Just go into oops, not navigation. Definitely not navigation. Okay, we go into equipment, go to orbiter, and you can see you can edit your orbiter appearance, the ship's interiors, and you can edit the colors and everything like that. You got 5 different colors to choose from. Stuff. This is how I did my ship. You can edit the outside of the ship, you can edit the inside of the ship, you can edit the colors of your Warframes, which this isn't the original color of the Warframe. The Warframes have a original color, the standard colors they come with default, and then you can go through there and change all their colors up and everything. This just so happens to be how I changed all my Warframes up. I'm playing on a plasma TV, so it looks really good, and I don't know how what it's going to look like on the picture quality of this video that I'm making here, so but I assure you on my TV this pink looks great. But nah, this is my ship. You get to put statues in here. You can edit your ship any way you want it, just about, except for like certain things. You can't move your arsenal and stuff like that. I put all these statues up. You can see it's kind of cool looking. You got a little skylight here where you can look up into space. And that's the other ship you get. That's called the Railjack. That's my other ship. And then whenever you see other players, when you join other players, you'll see their ships out there. You can see the planets and the asteroids floating and stuff like that. This is like a space game. And you're space ninjas, like that's what you are. You're a space ninja. This is what I call my lobby, my medical laboratory. You actually, these are called Tenno nodes, but you can see I got hearts everywhere just from Valentine's Day, and I spent about 1,000 platinum on the inside of this little ship area right here, which is like in-game currency, stuff like that. I didn't actually pay for none of it. I actually got it all through trading from players, so I didn't buy none of it. But yeah, you can see in here, this is where your main operator is. Now this guy you won't have right off the bat. You're gonna have to unlock this guy. Once you do a certain storyline missions and everything, you can eventually end up unlocking this. Once you complete that one quest, you'll have obtained this guy right here. And once you do that, it's called your operator. He's actually the guy controlling all these Warframes. He's like in the seat that controls all these Warframes. But yeah, I call this the King's Chambers. Tried to line it up kind of like crazy looking when you stand from here. Then you got your personal quarters. This is where you like keep all your fish tanks and all your trophy stuff at and everything. And you can see I got a couple little things here, some plushes. This is actually an arcade, the Ludoplex. It's called Frame Fighter. You can actually, it's like a game inside a game, basically. You're like, it's a fighting game, pretty much. It's all the Warframes in the game, and you can actually play other people a fighting game using it. It's pretty fun, but I hadn't really used it yet. Yeah, this is the called the personal quarters. It's a real small room, medical laboratory. I don't know if it can open up. No, it's not going to open up because I don't have one of the little cyst things on my neck. But yep, this is the ship. This is what mine looks like. See it? It's crazy looking navigation and strategic room. But of course you got the oh yeah. So your arsenal. This is where you go to select all your Warframes. You got an Ember, this like your Warframe slot. You get a primary slot, a secondary slot, a melee weapon slot, which there is like combinations in here. Like this isn't just like you just run up and smack somebody with a gun, hit and a melee weapon. This thing, like, you're a ninja. You can combo your gun into your melee and your melee into your gun. You can, I mean, it's easy too. It's like, it's dummy proof. It's like you can butt mash and totally pull all this stuff off, like crazy looking. But yeah, so going to the Warframes, and I got most of the Prime Warframes. I don't have any of the regular ones anymore because I leveled them up and deleted them because the Primes are better. So you got Ash Prime, Atlas Prime. Ash Prime is your invisible ninja. He kind of like has like smoke screen, goes invisible. He's kind of melee weapon based. Atlas Prime is your rock guy, kind of like he's kind of like your rock guy. Summons these like rock. He's like rock based everything. Banshee Prime, she's like sonar and deals with like, sonic sonar blast and stuff like that. Chroma Prime is like a dragon type Warframe. This actually does really good damage, and he can give himself and the team a big damage buff. He's like the Warframe to take to Eidolon hunts and stuff like that, and any content really. Ember Prime, that's your fire frame. That's the one I'm using right now. Equinox Prime, she's pretty good. Excalibur, Umbra, that's going to be the sword and everything like that. He's actually pretty strong. Frost Prime is your cold frame. He deals with the cold stuff and everything like that. Cold abilities. He can bubble up and protect himself from damage and teammates, defense objectives, things like that. Garrus, kind of like the same thing, but not frost, but like glass. She's like the glass frame. This chick, Garuda, deals in blood. Goss deals in speed. Grendel deals in eating people. I leveled it up, but I hadn't really played it too much. Haro, he does quite a bit of things. He can give the whole team energy back. He can give the whole team healing. He can give the whole team critical chance bonus, the whole team. And you can go from doing like yellow crits to orange crits to sometimes red crits, depending on where you shoot the enemies. Hildren, shield frame. But anyway, there's a bunch of frames here you can pick from. There's like quite a bit of them. You can see all the ones that don't have a platinum sign right there are the ones I got. So you can see, right, it goes all the way up to Z. It's on alphabetical order. Once it does that, you can see these are regular frames. These regular frames you can get in the game. Do not purchase anything in this game for platinum in the market that's like a regular frame. If you're gonna decide to purchase something with platinum to try and speed things up or something like that, I would do your research first or ask somebody, because some of these things are not worth spending the platinum for. That's one of the clan's members, one of my buddies too. Bad grandpa. That's funny. But yeah, I've already leveled up all these frames, and then I deleted them because I got the Prime versions. So you can see down here, we got a Volt. That's the regular Volt, and then I've got the Volt Prime. So that's the Prime versions. Normally got a little bit better stats and stuff like that, a little bit more survivability. They got different polarities, and when I say polarities, okay, Now we're going into the upgrade section. So not only do you have Warframes, you got mods that you can put in the slots. Now you can put a total of 10 mods. You get one aura. This is called an aura mod slot, and if you match the polarity, you'll get extra capacity points towards being able to fit more mods. It's the only slot that where if you match the polarity of whatever it is, if it doesn't have a polarity, you're definitely going to want to put a polarity in there, because if you put a polarity, it's going to double the mod slots. Now we'll get into this a little bit later, but then also you've got a Exilus mod slot. This is kind of like your utility slot. This is like the mods that fit in here, sometimes not good, but they just like give your Warframe a little bit of extra boost or something like that. Now there is some good mods to put in here. This one I just got because I needed the extra 15% ability strength and a little bit of resist on knockdown, because like you end up on your butt all the time, you're not really doing a lot of damage if you keep getting knocked down. So it's good to resist the knockdown a little bit, because you got some enemies that do flyer blasts and like flame waves and stuff like that, and if they hit you with it, you're going down. Like you get knocked down for a little bit, and there's been a couple times where I got knocked down and then the enemies are just gutting me while I'm laying on the floor. Next thing you know it, I'm having to have a teammate pick me up off the floor because I'm dying. But basically you've got 4 different stats. You got duration, efficiency, range, and strength. Those are your 4 main stats, and then of course based on what Warframe you're playing is what type of armor they comes with them. The more armor the better, but I've had a Valkyr have like 1,200 or 1,700 armor and I'm still getting killed on high level content and everything. So sometimes armor isn't the best. You need to find things that give you like damage mitigation and stuff like that, or play with Warframes that give the teams damage mitigation, but we'll get into that a lot later. Energy's what your Warframes use to cast their abilities, and then health is your life. Shields is you know, just shields, like how much damage you can take on your shields before they start taking off your life. That recharges, but armor doesn't affect shields, so that's something to keep in mind, is that your armor number doesn't affect the shields. So sometimes, you know, you could have 1,700 armor and you spec into a crap ton of shields, but in high level content an enemy will shoot your shields off in one shot because the armor didn't affect his shields, but then it affects your health and then you're only losing like 2 to 10 health. So, and then sprint speed, that's how fast you run. You can actually mod that with these mods here. There's like different mods that you can put in the slots or whatever, especially utility slot. Like we'll go scroll through here. I got a bunch of mods. I got mostly all of them and quite a bunch of copies of them too. But rush, you can see plus 30% sprint speed. If I was to slap that at right where power drift is at, it would bump my sprint speed up a little bit. Okay, and then of course you got arcanes you can put in here, but you won't have any arcanes until later whenever you start killing the eidolons. There's only 2 spots you can get the arcanes at, and it's either killing the eidolons or running missions on Fortuna and being able to purchase them with standing. But yeah, basically what I did here was you can see that every Warframe has different ball, and you can see it has like damage, which is mostly power strength that affects the damage. The drain, that's energy efficiency, affects the drain. Radius, range controls that, combo window, and then of course I got an augment ability on there, so now fireball frenzy is on there. So it's kind of like modifies the skill a little bit. It says hold the castle, grant allies within 15 meters an additional 100% heat damage to their attacks for 40 seconds. So it's not too bad, but from what I've seen, it's like an extra 170% fire damage. So what I've got is you start off, before you mod everything, you start off everything's at 100%, and then as you add mods on there, it increases the number, or sometimes can decrease the number. Sometimes it's bad to decrease the number, and sometimes it just won't hurt you to decrease the number in order to significantly increase a different number. Like this one right here says drain a second, damage reduction. Right here, if you was just to go all out into this skill, all you would need is energy efficiency, and it says drain a second, so that would also be energy efficiency and power strength. If you went all in on that and everything, that would be all you need. All the rest of those things you can take negatives in and it wouldn't affect this ability at all. Fire Blast and Inferno. You can see little fireballs come raining down on the targets. Boom, they're dead. So that's what this frame does. Every frame does something different. Now, the same thing, you get weapons and you can mod them. Like this is my secondary weapons. You can see every gun looks different. And I got quite a bit of guns. I got the AK Stiletto Primes, AK Boltos, Carius, AK Lex, Bronco, Samadis, the Samadhi Primes. I need to delete the Samadis, but I put so much forma into it, I'm scared. But yeah, so there's like different types of guns. You got grenade launchers. This is like a shoots a rocket and then it explodes into a bunch of grenades. It's kind of like Borderlands 2, where you throw one of them grenades and it explodes and it spawns a bunch of little mini grenades. Is what this gun does. Kinda. Static core is fun. It explodes, makes a big explosion. But it also has mods too, but it doesn't. Okay, so it has 9 mods you can put on there, and you can see it says, okay, so we're going to get it to where it is right here. So all these red numbers is what the base is. So it's got a critical chance of 24%, a multiplier of 3, it's got a base status chance of 18, and then of course it's only got 2 impact damage, 8 puncture, 10 slash, and of course that was an element I made out of some elemental mods. So those are its base stats, but then if you slap mods on there, that's what that's going to look like. So that's a guaranteed, at least guaranteed yellow crits, because anything over 100% you're going to be critting all the time, period. Which is a pretty high multiplier, a good fire rate of 13.33 a second. So it shoots 13, about almost 13 and a half bullets a second, 13.3. It's only got 12.5 accuracy, which is, it's okay. Like the bullets, they'll like kind of like, you'll be shooting like that, and it'll like kind of like jump around the thing there as you're firing. So it's like kind of accurate, but not really. But it doesn't affect it too much. But you see, I went slash a little bit. I used a plus 120% slash mod. That's why the slash is so high. And then of course, as you combine elemental mods, like this one's plus 60% toxin and this one's plus 60% electricity, and you can see here that electricity and toxin makes corrosive, and of course it gives me status chance too. That's why my status chance is a little bit higher. Plus multi-shot, like barrel diffusion, also adds the status chance. The only difference is the reason multi-shot buffs up your status chance is because you're shooting more bullets, and so it calculates that in there too. It's not your true status chance number, it's your estimated chance that you're going to status something because you're shooting more bullets, if that makes sense. And then of course, so you got 8 mods to select that into, and then this mod spot right here, it's going to be locked. It's called a weapon X list slot. Now that's a utility slot for this weapon. So what I'm using in here is because this gun shoots so many bullets and it's got a magazine of 80, and I run out of bullets so fast that this right here converts unused ammo pickups into pistol ammo. And so as I'm picking up ammo off the floor, like say I find sniper ammo or something like that, well, that I can't use that for this gun. Well, this mod allows me to be able to convert it over to that type of ammo. So in essence, it's like I'm never run out of bullets pretty much, whereas before I was having an ammo issue. But yeah, so you can mod anything, and then of course you got your melee weapon, and your melee weapon can have anything. You got your stance mod, and you do have combos, so you can check and see what your combos are and everything like that. this game is like kind of like you can play this game slow pace, fast pace. You can hide behind stuff and take it like real careful, like with trajectories and everything. But or you could be a ninja and run in there and just go gun ho until you get dead or get killed or it's crazy, man. It's a fast paced game, it really is. I'm about to show y'all it, but you know, same thing. You got 8 mod slots plus your stance, and then of course if you match the polarity on your stance, it gives you more capacity, so you can fit more stuff in your slots. Because you can see here it says Prime Fury, it says 14 and a V, right? So if I was to swap this, you can see now it has 7. It cut it in half. If you don't match the polarity, say I put that in the wrong spot, right? Say if hey, actually I should put that right there, because does it give me? It gives me. Yep, it gives me extra capacity. I just found a redundancy in my build. Okay. So if I was to put, say, this in this slot, it's going to turn red. And now look at how much capacity. Instead of 16 points, it costed 20. So you got to match the capacity of your polarities in order to half it, in order to be able to fit more mods on. Because if you get red numbers like this, that means that you're doing something wrong and you're not efficiently able to fit all your mods on there. So just remember, red numbers, matched polarities, all that stuff. And how to match polarities: you polarize things, which you get Forma to do it. Also, you want to make sure that I pressed R3 to pull this screen up. It says Organ Catalyst installed, and that's going to double the mod capacity. So say like a normal weapon starts off with 20 unleveled and everything. If you slapped one of these on right away, you would get 40 capacity. That means you can start off with more mods initially to level this weapon up. The max level on weapons is 30. On this particular one, it's 40, but you level it up to 30 and then you form it, and you got to form it 5 times, and every time you form it and level it up, you have to level it up 2 more extra levels. So it's kind of like this is like one of the weapons that like is kind of overpowering, but is definitely, every weapon can shine. Every single weapon in this game can be really great if you mod it right, if you know what you're doing, which this game is a no-brainer. It's like half the time you can't even go wrong with what you're using or whatever. I mean, you can, but you can't, like, but anyway, we're gonna jump right into it. So that's your mod section. I mean, that was your arsenal section. That's where you go to change everything. You've also got pets in the game that you can get. I got this pet. He looks like he needs a DNA stabilizer. So now he has 100% more health, and he just jumped off. We're going to interact with him. There's kitties. So yeah, you get pets in the game. You can get a dog, you can get a cat, you can get a sentinels, the robots, you can get like robot walkers and stuff like that. You can definitely get pets in the game. This is your foundry. Whenever you start finding stuff, blueprints and things like that, you come into here and you can see that where you can build warframes. So like as you get parts and everything and collect the whole part and everything like that, you can build warframes. And once you get warframes and you go through the 2-3 days that it takes to build one or something like that, then they're ready to claim. Then you can click it if you've got warframe slots, be able to claim it, and then start playing with it right away, and level it up and everything. Same thing with weapons. You got primary, secondary, you got melee weapons, you got archwings, which there's a game mode in this game where you're not just playing in missions. You can actually fight in space. You can fight spaceships in space. Like you're like in space flying around as a warframe, because you're a robot, basically. You're a ninja robot. And so you're able to like take on starships and different spaceships and things like that, and you know, try and get the objective done. Railjack is like one of them things they just added to the game where like you're actually going taking on like other starships and things like that, and you can actually like board their ship and steal their ship. You can steal it and like go around, turn around and start firing at the enemy with their own ships and stuff like that. And you got to put fires out on your own ship, and your ship can get boarded. Like they'll ram into your ship and with a boarding party and like board your ship, and then you got to take them out. You got cannons you can like access. Meanwhile, your party's trying to drive the ship. You're trying to put out fires. Another person's on the guns trying to shoot at all the the ships, little starships or whatever, like swarming you like bees, trying to shoot you down, blow you up, and all the while you got another Warframe trying to freaking infiltrate the enemy's ship by like going through their hatch and everything, and it gets crazy wild. But anyway, so these is where you build your archwings. You got to have one of these in order to be able to do space missions. You also got underwater missions too, where you got to have one of these because you have underwater missions. And then this sentinels I told you about, this like part of your pets. You actually create them and make them. They're like little robot pets or whatever. They like kind of hover above you. Landing crafts. This is the main ship that I just showed you that you're on or whatever. They got different ships you can pick. You got to build them. Appearances, gear items, stuff like that. Things like squad energy, restores and stuff like that. Ciphers for hacking consoles like on an instant instead of like having to like manually hack them. You can like just hit triangle and it's hacked. And keys and stuff like that. You can build modulars. You can make your own weapons in this game. You can make your own secondary right now. You can make your own melee weapon right now in the game by putting a bunch of components together, which is like you being able to like edit your stats on the weapon. Basically, you get to do that on the plains of Eidolon and Cetus, or Cetus and Fortuna. I mean. And there's definitely fishing. You can go fishing in this game. You can go mining in this game. Miscellaneous, just like random stuff that you got to build, like this Italian Amber Stars. I'll claim that. And it says Italian Cyan Star, Vitus Essences. Got to have those things to make it at least 2 in 1. I'm going to go ahead and make one now. I always like to keep going because it takes an hour to make one of those. Like hour of real time. Okay, so that's your foundry. That's where you go to make all your weapons and everything that you find. You got the mod section, and the mod section is where you go to access your mods, and you can level them up. Like you can see here where I've got all these different numbers. Like it says 12 on the top left. That's how many I got. And a 6 in the V is the polarity and how much capacity cost it cost. As you level these mods up, you can go select one, fusion mod, and then I bump it up one. You can see here, rank 1 fusion cost. Basically it levels up your mod, and it goes from 15% to 30%, but you can see it adds 1 extra drain to it. If I do it again, you can see the number go up, and then do it again, now you can see it goes up. But as that goes up, so does the endo cost and the credit cost. And if I hit square, I can apply fusion and everything, but I won't do that just yet because I already got a maxed out one of these accelerated blasts. But this is where you go to like edit your mods and everything like that. You can transmute 4 mods that you don't want into a new mod to try and it's like a random mod, but in hopes to get something great. So say if I took like 4 adhesive blast or something like that. If I took blue ones, I would probably get a blue one. If I did these brown ones right here and did like 4 brown ones, which is common mods, I'm probably going to get a common mod. But if you do exactly 4 rare mods, you're going to get a rare mod. So I just fusioned one and I got a stance. Tranquil Cleave, that's for Nikanas. That's a melee weapon. That's for basically a Nikana is like a samurai sword. So that's what I got for doing that. And then of course this is where all my statues are. You get statues in the game, you use the Amber Stars to place in there, and it makes them move. So you can see here, this thing's not moving right now, but as I put little star things in there, it kind of brings it to life. And then like I put another one in here, and then it starts to kind of like act like it wants to go, it wants to do it, but it's not powered up enough. And then once you put the last one in there, now it's like totally activated. And so, and then it gives you more endo. You can also trade these things in for endo in case you need endo to level up your mods and everything like that. These statues can be traded for endo at Maru's Bazaar, and that's how you can trade for endo, because you use endo to level up your mods. So that's just another way of getting endo, a really good way to get endo. Of course, all these ones right here, like these are special mods that you won't get. They're called ribbon mods, and they overpower a weapon. They seriously do. Like sometimes they overpower them. It depends on the ribbon disposition. Some ribbon that out of a ribbon disposition of 6, some weapons I have like a ribbon disposition of 3, which is normal. Some have a ribbon disposition of 1, which means that everybody uses that weapon, so the ribbon disposition goes down as people, like as the whole community as a whole is using this weapon. So if the whole community is overusing a weapon, chances are the ribbon's going to suck for it. But if you see a weapon that has like a ribbon disposition, if you see a weapon that has a ribbon disposition of 6, that means no one's using that weapon, and so that's why that thing has a ribbon disposition of 6, because they want somebody to use that son of a bitch. So it's going to be overpowering because of that. A ribbon, if normally it would suck without a ribbon, with a ribbon and a disposition of 6, it's. But that's your mod section. That's where you go to do that. Now let's get into a mission, because I know y'all definitely want to see how this game plays. So, unable to join objective. Somebody was trying to invite me somewhere. So, where would I like to take y'all to? I think I'll go to Earth, and I'll show y'all, we'll do a quick capture mission. Nope. I want to do this solo so other people don't mess it up. So we're going to change that to friends only, because I don't want players to come in there and ruin my broadcasting. I was trying to show y'all what it is. Other players go in there and just kill everything, and then I won't get to show you nothing about it. Here's my margarita. Cheers to you guys. Oh, it's all watered down. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, so the outside of my ship, you can edit the outside of that ship right there. That's what my ship looks like. I did it Dios de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. So you get that on Halloween with platinum, but it's fairly cheap, so I just sold like something extra that I had and bought it. But yep, so this is what the game looks like. It's a mission. That red thing right there, that's how many meters that target is. That's my capture target, and it tells me how many meters it is, and it's going to tell me kind of what direction to go. So I just go and find it, and you can see there's an enemy there. We're just going to blast them in the face real quick. Nah. Oh, and I can't aim. Okay, here we go. We're going to change weapons, show you what it looks like. You got, okay, so you can bullet jump, and it jumps you way high up in the air. Bullet jump. You can also run up the wall. Well, I can stay here and run up the wall. You can jump across the wall, so you can see how it can stay in the air and definitely fly around. This is how I normally play. I normally play pretty fast, but I got stuck. Alright, now melee weapons. And it may look like it's complicated, but really I just hit circle a couple of times and it's doing all that stuff. It's like easy to like accidentally do combos on this thing, so it's not something. And it's based off attack speed too. I got a crap ton of attack speed on this particular weapon, and that was a captured target. I totally captured that target. Now I'm going to try and chain all this stuff for you so you can see what it looks like. Oh, I thought I saw an enemy. You got slam attacks. You just look down and hit circle. It'll slam attack. You can also aim glide, jump up, and then hold L2, and it'll aim glide. It's for like being able to like aim at targets. See that? It's also a good way to close off distances. Oh man. You can roll in a game, you can roll left, you can roll right, and you can do backflips if you wanted to. It's hard to do backflips though. Well, I'm gonna give up on that for a second, but anyway, that green dot's where I'm supposed to be going, so I'm gonna jump back over there because I don't know how I ended up over here, but missed the target. So you can see this game's like quite fast-paced if you want it to be, or you can definitely just kind of come through here and run normal to normal. Oh yeah, and abilities. There's my fireball, and then also got this ability which builds up power. Now you see there's 51% on my screen, and as I use this ability, that was fireball, you see it's going up, and now I'm building up a heat charge. Here's this one, and that one like puts a ring of fire around me, so this is a good spot to do it. So you can see that did that. But the real meat and potatoes of this character, get enough enemies around here. I'll look perfect. Try and get a good spot where you can see it. Oh man, I'm out of energy. Gotta dissipate some of this. But you can see, so you've got abilities you can cast, you've got primary, secondary, melee weapons, everything's like super fast paced. You can do anything you want. Slam attacks, I mean, really there's just a lot of stuff you can do in this game. And you can see how my character's like that on fire, and now I'm losing a bunch of energy because that's specific to this character. Once I hit 90%, I start losing energy, so I gotta get rid of some of that. And see, because I'm Warframe, it's building it back up again. Now I'm confused. I do not know where I'm supposed to be going. I think it's up. I want to say it's up. Oh my goodness. You got the auto map. I just turned on the map. Is it this way? No, it's this way. Okay, I'm lost. Sometimes this happens. I want to say it's up through here. Oh, but I can't get up there. So I'm trying to cheat right now and go through this pipe that's right there. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm just gonna give up. Man, I swear it's like... Okay, I'm lost. I do not know where to go. I'm assuming it's down. It's not down. Okay. Well, I'm not exactly sure where I'm supposed to go. I am totally lost. Maybe down here? Oh, look. I found it. Okay. Turn that map off, and then of course the green arrow is telling you where extraction is at. Once I got the capture target captured, I'm trying to get to extraction. And you see here, once I get to it, it's end the mission, and then takes off and does its thing. So that's pretty much that. Once you finish the mission, then you can go back and it's going to take you right back to your ship where your navigation is and all that stuff, where you can choose the different missions, accept other missions. You can see that when I chose navigation, there was a bunch of planets, and I'll show you that real quick before I turn it off and send it over to the messenger. A little bit of loading screen. This is the reward screen. It shows you item rewards, mod rewards, mission time, stats, what weapons you were using, how much experience you got, your navigation, and you can see here you got all these different planets you can go to and everything like that, and each planet has different nodes you're going to be able to do. When you first start off, you're going to have to you're going to start off in like Venus or Mercury or something like that, And as I highlight one of these planets, you can see that there's like arrows. So like in order to unlock Mars, I got to go through Earth, right? And then in order to go to Ceres and Phobos, I got to go through the nodes to unlock the Ceres junction or the Phobos junction to get to that planet. So I've got them all unlocked, so I can go anywhere. I can take y'all anywhere. I can do whatever. But initially, for y'all being able to choose it, y'all won't be able to get there unless y'all go through all the planet nodes and everything like that. But I will be able to drag y'all to certain locations whenever I'm playing with you guys. And that's pretty much it. Your codex will show you everything that you need to know about in the game. The market is where you go to like buy blueprints for weapons and other things like that. Navigation is where you go to select all your missions. Now they do have a PvP in here. This is called Conclave. This is where you go to accept all your PvP, like team deathmatch, things like that. You can see here you've got one versus all, annihilation, that's everybody against everybody, or four players versus 4 players, team annihilation. Or Cephalon capture. This is like capture the flag, but it's called capture the Cephalon capture. And this one's actually pretty fun too, because once you capture the Cephalon, you're the guy carrying the flag, but except the Cephalon talks a lot of crap, and the other players and enemies can hear it. So like they'll know who has a flag because that Cephalon won't shut up. And then Lunaro's pretty cool. It's like a I don't know what you call it, like one of them, it's like you like throw this like 10-0 ball around, catch it with a net. It's like one of them games, I can't remember the name of it anyway. And then you got this is your syndicates, where you go run missions for your syndicates and rewards and stuff. As you choose a faction, you piss other factions off. So these 3 guys are pissed off at me that I chose these 3 guys. So that's that. And you get item rewards and stuff like that. You get to view their offerings, and they got a bunch of items that they'll give you, and some of them might be locked if you don't have them leveled up. Like this guy right here requires exalted. I'm only revered, so I got to get my standing up with these guys in order to be able to start buying all those things. You can see quite a bit of it's locked, but then some of it's still open to me that I can purchase once I bring it to the standing up with these guys. So that's another spot to get your weapons mods and certain things like that, especially augment mods. Augment mods are the only way to get augment mods is through the syndicates. Of course, your pet station, your mod station, your foundry where you make your items. If you have an active sentinel, this is where he'll be at. This is your arsenal. This is where you go equip all your weapons, warframes and stuff like that for the missions. And then medical laboratory, it's not too important. I would suggest looking up videos for that, because I don't know everything about it. But I just know that you can like extract DNA out of your cyst thing or something like that, and somehow make a infested pet or something like that, but I haven't made one yet. So, and your Shoguns is Black Sun. That's my clan. That's the clan that was given to me, actually. And I wasn't the original founder of this clan. Somebody else founded the clan. But one day I logged on and it said I was founding warlord, so I think they passed it. They hadn't been on in years, so I think somebody passed it on to me, and so I've been leader of this clan now for a while, trying to do it. And, oh, you got a dojo? I'll have to show you that one of these times. But I got like a dojo. Basically, it's like for the clan. I guess I should show y'all it real quick, but basically, I'll show y'all in another video. But it's a dojo you can go to, and basically it's like a big ship, and you can like make rooms. You basically create this whole thing from scratch. Now we've already got rooms and hallways and all sorts of things, and you can put decorations in there. You can decorate the dojo, you can decorate the colors, you can decorate almost damn near everything in this thing. And it's got research and weapons. Like you can only get certain weapons from the dojo that you can't get anywhere else. Now we've got it all unlocked in our clan or whatever. I pretty much unlocked everything but the HEMA. The HEMA is the only thing that I don't got, but other than that, everything else is unlocked. So anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Y'all enjoy. Hope to see y'all on there soon. Hope y'all like it. If y'all want to see some actual more gameplay of me just tearing stuff up, doing sorties, high level content or something for like an hour straight, where I'm just kicking ass for an hour straight, just hit the like and the subscribe. I'm just joking. See y'all later. So I hope y'all like it.